Morning, everybody. Hey, no! Welcome to another live drive time radio show on February the 15th, 2026, 6:52 a.m. from a seasonably mild southern Ontario, where it's sitting right near freezing right now at about 29 degrees. And as you get a little bit warmer in the late winter, you get a little more moisture in the air, so you got to deal with the frost again in the morning. You deal with the frost in the morning in the fall, and you deal with the frost again at the end of winter and during early spring when moisture starts to become more prevalent in the air and it's not so dry, where you have all the static electricity. We'll be building a live in-house studio to have live, real gold standard radio network to come to you live via the radio here and on video when we build that studio. $3.99 a month to help support the channel and to help grow the page. You can see right now, I don't want to be in that chart. I want to be in this chart. We can look at the prices early this Sunday morning. They continue to rally from the end of the day Friday through Saturday. And now early Sunday morning, you can see the Bitcoin price is up another 0.7%. It's up over $70,000 again, just under 70,300. We'll see how that continues today. Does it do the classic pump up through the late afternoon and early evening, and then right as the market opens, it dumps? Or does it pump straight in to, we actually have a long weekend, so this could be an extended pump because there is no market open tomorrow in the United States because of President's Day. The markets are closed. The Ethereum price is sitting at just under 2,100 at 2,050. The XRP is up another 3.42%. And this has had one of the stronger rallies of the last couple of days of any of the coins. This and XLM, because they do run together. But you can see where we were sitting at just a few short days ago. If we zoom out of here into the hour time frame, that's where we're going to do these in today. You can see that ferocious rally right there. And that's a great trade for anybody that got in on that bottom, or when it was stagnating for several days along that 200-day moving average. It had a pretty big move to the upside. And if we bring our industry exclusive measuring tool, just from the support level to the pump was a 17% move. So you're looking at greater than a 35% move from the swing low there at about $1.12 to the swing high at $1.60-ish, right, that it hit this morning. And now we're going to see what happens. Like we told you, if this had some rally and could get above the 200-day, it could come all the way up into that falling 50-day moving average in the daily time frame, which is sitting up there at $1.79, right? And we got up to $1.60, it looks like, 65, maybe a little bit higher than that. Let's see, with our industry exclusive crosshairs, $1.67. So we got within 13, 14 cents of there. Now what you're going to watch is, does the volume just die down and this comes all the way back down? Which it wouldn't surprise me if you came back down to touch some of these moving averages like the 50 there in the hour time frame, or even came all the way back down. Even if you came all the way back down and retouched this to confirm that as a breakout now, and then that continued you to the upside. So you got a couple of things that we're watching out for in the XRP price. I hit the wrong button on the live drive time radio show at 6:55 a.m. Let's get back into there. So you got a couple of things that we're watching out for here. Either you can hit that, or you can come down to that 50-day moving average right there and bounce off of that. So you have a couple of ways you can stay bullish here in the short term and try to make a run up maybe to that 100-day moving average at $1.85 in the weekly time frame, and or that 50-day that is snuck down just below there now. So that's something that we're watching. The same thing with the XLM. You got a similar bounce from different levels. And you can see here, you actually did come all the way up to where we were talking about when you were just above the 14.5 cents. You came all the way up to your next major resistance area, which was at 18.75 cents. You got rejected just below it, almost a perfect hit. And we're going to watch the same thing in here with the XLM price is, now what do? Do you come all the way back down and just retest these areas, the moving averages in the hour time frame, and come up, right? That's an option. Or do you make a full lateral flush? And this was nothing more than a manipulated move to the upside. And before you know it, you're sitting back down here and threatening to break down to the downside. That's what we're going to watch out for. But it is a long holiday weekend. So things that would usually happen Sunday night and Monday are delayed a day now. They don't have to happen until Monday night, right? Because the market doesn't open in the United States as broad until Tuesday morning or Monday evening for overnight trading and after hours, right? If we take a look at the Ethereum price, we haven't had as big of a bounce, but we bounced from 1782 or slightly below that on the top part of this blue support and resistance box. And we've worked our way up now to $2,060. And our next major upper resistance zone is up there at $2,063. And that's what we're looking at because we know our support level on the downside is way down there at 1,024. But I didn't get a chance to read that article yesterday about massive money lost on this crash in crypto, which was the most ever, primarily to me in my own thesis without reading the full article yet, was because the price was so high. So there was that much more money to be lost on this crash, right? But it was interesting because it timed perfectly with that article mid last week for the end of the week rally and the continued rally this weekend. And we'll see if this rally can continue in the short term or if this was just another quick bounce up before another major leg to the downside. And that's something that we're going to continue to watch out for you here at the Gold Standard. And this live drive time morning radio show that seems to be picking up steam. And seems the people, you guys, the audience, the retail trader who this is built for seems to really appreciate this. So we're going to keep this going. The Bitcoin price also is sitting just above the 200-day moving average. And if you can continue to bounce and stay above that, just like the XLM and the XRP had a big run, you could run up near that 50-day moving average, which is sitting up there at 83,000. Let's zoom in a little bit. Sitting there at 83,020 and 68 cents. That is a very plausible area you could run up to, which is a big move to the upside in Bitcoin if you stay above this 200-day and the weekly, because that's sitting just below the 100-day and the weekly time frame at 85,000, sitting up there in blue, but I made it really skinny for when we were doing the snapshots, right? So that's what we're looking at in the Bitcoin. This is a critical level that we're trading on here in the immediate short term, because if you break that level, there's not much real new support until you come all the way down here to $51,000. And that would already be putting, as some people are speculating already, that MicroStrategies may be selling some Bitcoin. Grant Cardone got on the Bitcoin train, borrowing more money because in my own personal opinion, there's some Fugazi things going on in the Grant Cardone world where he's just borrowing and you're lending him your money and he's allowed to use and lend out and buy and borrow for whatever reason he wants and charge you fee after fee after fee after fee, even if he loses your money. And he's getting rich off of selling you a bill of goods in a modern day hook, line, and sinker where he's walking away in mainline marketing with all the fucking money and you guys are holding the bag, right? I think that whole house of cards, even though he's protected in my eyes, he's a protected class because he's a Scientologist, right? I shouldn't even be saying this. These are only my own personal opinions. He is a Scientologist, though. He's a put out Scientologist. He's one of the biggest donors, if not the biggest. And just like say the secret societies that are in the world, the Freemasons, they use symbology and numbers. He used in an interview where he said he didn't get rich off of his first deal in a single family home because he put $3,000 down and made $30,000 on the deal. 3. Add those together, that's 33. He could have used any other numbers on the planet, but 33 is the 32nd degree 33rd degree Freemason, which is the highest degree of masonry you can get. And most people don't get past or even know there's anything past the 32nd degree Freemason. And for him to use those numbers tells you what side of the fence he's on and what he's really all about, in my own personal opinion. And I would stay far, far away from people like that. And they're all over the institution and the mainstream media and the social media sphere that have been criminally infiltrated, and they're paid to fleece and suck the retail dry so that they, and the dirty little secret, they can walk away with all of your hard-earned fucking money due to manipulation, fear-mongering, pressure, high-pressure sales tactics to manipulate you overtly and sobertly into buying things that are going to crash, and you're losing all your hard-earned fucking money to these criminal manipulators, one percenters, and market movers, right? Stick with the gold standard. We're not scared to suppress our channel by speaking the truth to keep you informed. This has been another live broadcast, maybe the last, depending on how that Grant Cardone thing went, of the Gold Standard Radio Network. We appreciate your continued support so we can expand and grow the radio network, our infrastructure, and our reach. We will be back for another live broadcast on February the 16th, 2026, 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join Jabroni Killers, $3.99 a month. Help support and grow the station. We thank you with the deepest gratitude that we can. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, Jay.